Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is part 2 of this massive 3-box Stackry unboxing. It's going to be 8 parts in all. And this part, just crazy stuff. This is some of the most amazing comics that you just never see. You never see these comics. Some of them are pretty great. So I'm just going to show this number of comics. And there's a reason for that, because there's just some really big books in here that I have to give a little extra attention to. But we're going to start small and then build up to the big ones. So this is kind of weird. I like my characters. I like Teen Titans Go. I thought it was a great show. I enjoyed watching it with my son. And one of the characters in Teen Titans Go is Jinx. She's just one of these kind of bad guys or bad girls, but in Teen Titans Go, nobody's really that bad. But she's just kind of a quirky character. And she makes her first cameo appearance in Teen Titans number 56. I forgot what series this is, but it's the 1985 series, so 56. And I believe she makes her first cover appearance in here. I'm not sure which one she is, because I don't know what she looked like at the time. So this is 57. So this is her first cameo appearance, and this is her first full appearance and cover appearance. So this is Tales of the Teen Titans, number 57. So that's those two. So just starting out small, but kind of a cool, really under the radar kind of spec, actually. If you're interested in specking on the character, because you can I picked up those 2 books for $7. It's really affordable, really affordable. And then we got some more stuff. Okay, and maybe because I was doing my second appearance video on my Friday challenge thing, and I actually did it twice because I thought it was like, kind of a cool thing to discover these second appearances. So that's how I found out about Jinx. But this is another one that I was surprised that it's a second appearance of a major character. This is Flash 127, and this is the second appearance, or first cover appearance, I should say. So I meant first cover appearances. This is the first, and well, it is the second appearance, but it is the first cover appearance of Gorilla Grodd. So just a kind of a cool character, and this is that character's first cover appearance. So I thought that was kind of cool. I actually really like the character Gorilla Grodd. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then, what else do we got here? This little stack. Okay. So I knew that this one was going to be in really bad condition. Okay. It is a major book, really rare book. There's only 10 on the census, or less than that, 9 on the census. There's going to soon be 10 because I have another copy of it. Well, I have this copy, I should say, that I might submit because it is such a rare book. Depending on how bad it really is. It's got like all this tape on it. I don't know why there's all these little pieces of tape on it. I'm just pulling them off. And okay, so I get rid of the little pieces of tape, and it is in really bad shape. They actually had a price on it of $30. $30. That's interesting. So yeah, so you can see it's all, the spine's all split. But this is a detective, crime detective number 9. And it is the first cover appearance of Frederick Wortham. So, but it's also a book that was mentioned in The Seduction of the Innocent because, of the way that they sort of treat Frederick Wortham. He's the guy that wrote The Seduction of the Innocent. And a lot of the comics at the time were kind of rebelling against him because he was such a thorn in their side in terms of complaining and getting parents to sort of prevent their kids from buying comics. So this comic was basically speaking out against it. Now I have a high grade copy of this. I actually have the highest graded copy of this in my collection. It's one of the Promise collection books. But when this one came up for auction, I was like, oh, I'll bid on it. And I put a bid of $15, okay? And I think I won it for 12. So nobody bid on it. I just think it was under the radar. People didn't see it. I guess they originally paid 30, so they didn't do so well. Yeah, I just thought it was a pretty great book to pick up for such a great price. It was kind of funny. So really, really hard book to find. As I said, there's only 9 on the census. It is definitely one that you don't see often. Speaking of books you don't see often, this one it's rough. It's again low grade, but it is one that I definitely wanted to have in my collection. This is Marvel Comics number 90. And this is with Sun Girl. You got Sun Girl right here. And you got the Human Torch. And then I think this is the origin of Phantom Blonde. So just kind of interesting, like so many of these female characters that I collect from the Golden Age, well, they kind of made all their appearances in this book. Now these Marvel Mystery Comics, so this is Marvel Mystery Comics number 90, are really expensive. They're just crazy, crazy expensive because they're hard to find. There are very few of these that have survived over the years, and they're just really hard to find. And there's a lot of people that collect these Golden Age Marvel books. I believe this is Atlas, or is it? Oh, that's actually Marvel Comics. So yeah, but it's really hard to find this kind of book. And this is a low grade. This would be like a 1 or 1.5 or maybe a 2 at the best. I don't think it's that high, but it is definitely a low grade. But it's kind of a cool one because it does have Sun Girl on the cover and the Human Torch. So Golden Age Human Torch at that. Very cool. So I was quite excited to get that one, and I got it for a reasonable price. It was still expensive, but a reasonable price. Now, speaking of kind of interesting comics, this one is another Marvel one. Not an expensive book, but it's one that I'd never had in my collection. I always wanted it in my collection. I think it's one that's actually a good spec book. It is the Invincible Iron Man number, what number is it? 118. And this is the first appearance of Rhodes, the guy that becomes War Machine. And yeah, just kind of a cool comic because it is a first appearance of a kind of a major character. He's been in a lot of the films. And they are making Armor Wars, so that's, you know, another reason to spec on this character. So yeah, I just wanted to have it in my collection. It was like $10, so I figured, hey, why not? So this is Iron Man number 118. Okay, and then I was this is kind of an interesting one. I was picking up a lot of these 50s, 60s, kind of, I don't know what to call them. Men's magazines, I guess. This is called Battle Cry. And, you know, it kind of features a kind of a sexy kind of cover. But a lot of these Battle Cries and Men's Action and Man's Magazine and Man's World and Man's Adventure, all these kind of men's magazines, had really interesting covers and just some really great good girl art. So I kind of been collecting a few just for fun whenever they're affordable. Like whenever they're in that like under $20 range, I figure, hey, why not? So this one I thought was quite nice. It was an auction, won for under $20. So I thought, hey, why not? It's a, you know, affordable book. But I always think it's so funny. Some of the titles on it are just hilarious. Just some, you know, like the Nazis stole my wife or something. Like it's always some crazy thing. Okay. So we're gonna get into some more stuff. This one I have no idea what it is. Still a lot more to go, actually. Okay, but hopefully I know where my knife is. Oh, I can maybe get it. Sorry, this one has a little bit more packaging than I expected. I tried to open them up all before, you know, showing the video. Okay, so this one's actually really cool. I picked this, again, this is another affordable Golden Age book. This is Foremost. I picked this up only because it's good girl art, plus Judo. She's doing Epon Nagi, is the name of the throw she's doing. This is volume 5, number 2. And just, who's the artist? Nina Albright. All right. So just a really great cover, I thought. You know, I like these, as I said, I like Judo related covers, and I thought this was really great. And it was like, again, under 20 bucks. I think it was like $10. So just really great book. Just very affordable Judo cover. I just thought it was really nice. And it's in actually reasonably good grade for once. I feel like I'm getting all these low grade books, but this one's, I would say a VG, maybe a VG fine. Quite nice. Okay. Actually, maybe even higher than that. Maybe a fine. Okay. Now we're getting into a big book. This one is definitely a big book. I wish it was higher grade. This one I got in a claim sale on Instagram. I seem to be buying more and more stuff off claim sales. But when I saw this, I thought, wow, it's a great opportunity to get a book that I really wanted in my collection. This is House of Secrets #1. And I put a claim on it. I think it was like 150. I think they originally wanted 200. You can see 200. It's a 1/8. But I put a claim at 150. I thought that was just such a great price for this wonderful book. I always wanted this book in my collection. I like getting the #1 of a kind of a major series. House of Secrets was a very long running series. And to get the first issue of it is kind of cool. And it's this nice, like, you know, like Sphinx cover. I just think it's quite nice. Too bad it's signed by Sylvia, whoever Sylvia is. Hopefully Sylvia's famous and this is like a great signature, but I don't think so. But just a really cool book. I always wanted that one in my collection. That one and House of Mystery. I always wanted to have those two books. I'm still looking for House of Mystery. Okay, next one is another #1. This is another one that I actually thought I should have already, but I never picked it up. I collect magazines. I collect, you know, Warren Publishing, and I collect other monster-related ones and like sometimes sci-fi stuff. But I never had this book. I have like Fangoria. I have all these other titles. But I never had this book, and it's kind of a major book. This is Starlog #1, and I actually picked this up. I think it was like $35, $40, somewhere around there. And it's the very first Starlog book, but it's a great photo cover, not photo, but painted cover of both Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner, or better known as Kirk and Spock. And just a really great Star Trek cover. I'm a big fan of Star Trek, and I thought this was a really great one. Actually, the reason I bought this one was Starlog Podblog, a channel that I sometimes contribute to. They have a podcast. They just sort of made me kind of think about this book, because they do a lot of their podcasts related to this series of magazines, where they'll take stories from them and kind of explain the importance of those stories and the significance of the sci-fi elements in them. So I just thought this was a really great one. You know, so many cool things about it. So, but first, Starlog. So I thought that was great. I was super excited to get that one. Again, for a reasonable price. I figured that's a reasonable price for that book. Okay, so I'm going to show you some more stuff, more Golden Age stuff. I actually really like this cover. This is a cover from a series that has one big Grail book. There's like actually maybe 2 or 3 Grail books in it, but there's one that's considered the Grail book for Matt Baker. This is not a Matt Baker, has no connection to Matt Baker, but it is from the same series. So Matt Baker did number 25. This is number 11. And this is Cinderella Love. So Cinderella Love, number 25, is kind of considered Matt Baker's finest work. This is another great cover, though. I thought the series has some really amazing covers. And I was so shocked how inexpensive the other issues were. So you could pick these up for under $50, maybe 30. I picked it up for 20. It's like very affordable, great cover. I thought I really like this. Kind of looks like a bit of a maybe school teacher kind of look. Cinderella Love, number 11. So I thought that I really liked that kind of smart girl look. I don't know. That's why I married a really smart girl. So, yeah. So the next one is Sandman number 13. For those who are not familiar, this is, I believe, the first appearance of the Corinthian, and just kind of a key issue for the Sandman series. Corinthian played a major role in the Sandman TV series. He's the guy with the eyes, with mouths for eyes. Just kind of a key book. So the Sandman number 13. And then I forgot why I bought this book. I just thought it was a great cover, maybe. I'm not sure. So this is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm not sure why I bought this book, but great photo cover of Buffy. So this is Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 8. I think it's kind of she actually looks quite sexy in this picture. So that's Sarah Miguel, something like that. Geller or something like that. So yeah, I always thought she was kind of cute. But yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I always liked that series. I enjoyed the first movie as well. So yeah, this one's a really interesting one. Oh my goodness. This one, when I saw this book, I even believed that this book existed. I was shocked, actually. This next one. This is a pulp magazine. And one of the things that people don't realize is artists in the golden age, they would rip each other off. They would totally rip each other off. And they were like, not even subtle about it. They would like rip each other off, like totally rip each other off in terms of like cover swiping each other. And this is totally that way. I actually kind of wonder where I put, do I have it handy? I do have it handy. Cool. So I'm going to show you the book. This is Planet Stories. And this book came out in, I forgot when. Does it say on the side? Usually it says on the side. But it came out in the 50s. Like, wait, when did it come out? Sorry, late 40s. Came out in the late 40s, like 49. And if you look at the cover, it's kind of a cool cover. Got the guy over here with the sword. Got the little guy down here. Got the woman on the horse. You got the city in the background. Planet Stories. So remember this. Remember this cover, okay? So you got, just look at all those elements. And what I'm saying is they really ripped each other off. So that book ripped off this book, the one I'm going to show you. I actually picked this up before. This is Planet Comics number 58. And you'll notice all the same elements. The guy at the bottom, the guy with the sword, but he has like skeleton arms. They changed a few elements. Instead of the girl on the horse, she's on a rocket because it's planet. And then you got the city in the background. Just such a ripoff. This one came out earlier. This is from like January of 1949. But I just thought that was really interesting. When I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, they totally ripped it off. Like, so you can see them together. It's just a total ripoff. But I thought it was quite cool that they, when I saw it. So I like these kind of homage. It's not really an homage, but kind of rip-off ones. So I thought that was interesting. Usually it was the other way around, where comic artists would rip off the pulp. So this was that one weird case where it was the pulp that ripped off the comic artist. Okay, so a few more books to show. See, I told you this one would be a little bit longer. I'm not actually going to show everything in this one stack, but I'll just quickly show this one. This is 1602. I picked up the whole collection. So this is number, I don't know what number this is, number 8. And then we got number 1. So it's just a set of 8 books. but it's a Neil Gaiman series. And actually, I picked it up because I was watching the Sandman series, and I was trying to pick up other books by Neil Gaiman. So this was just a cool set. It was very affordable. I think I paid like $10 to $20 for the whole set. And I just thought it was kind of cool. So 1602, Neil Gaiman story. And I don't know. I just thought it was maybe something cool. I actually got on later on, actually after I bought it, it went on the hot lists. It was on a couple of the hot lists. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So maybe other people had the same idea as me, pick up Neil Gaiman stuff. And it might be actually optioned. I'm not sure if they're going to do something with that or not. Okay, 2 more books to show. Both are very cool. This one, I picked up, I paid $15 for it. It is low grade. It's like a 1.5 maybe. Maybe a 1.5. Because it's missing that corner at the bottom there. It's got a big tape pull there. But it's supposed to be, according to the auction person, I couldn't verify it actually. It's supposed to be Matt Baker art. And it kind of looks like Matt Baker art, so I'm guessing they were maybe right. So this is Northwest Mounties, number 2, I believe. But I just thought the cover was pretty good. It's like a bondage cover, good girl art cover. And for $15, that was my high bid. Like I just left it at $15, and I figured, hey, if I win it, I win it. For $15, you can't really complain. So yeah, that's Northwest Mounties. Kind of a cool book. And the last book, this is actually an interesting one, and I picked this up so cheap. Like you'll see the price tag on it, like $5. This is Panic, number 3. And this book was one of the ones that was mentioned in the Senate hearings. So actually, I think they're not mentioned in the Senate hearings. It was making fun of the Senate hearings related to the seduction of the innocent. So very interesting. Yeah, I thought it was just kind of a cool book. So kind of one of those ones that's related to the seduction of the innocent and the end of the golden age of comics. So I kind of thought it was kind of historically significant, especially because it is another EC comic. So it was kind of another one of their parody books, or similar to Mad. So Panic. And it's in a reasonable grade too. So that is it. A lot of Golden Age in this section, this one. I hope you enjoyed it. The Planet stories I thought was interesting, how they parried each other, or not parried, but ripped each other off. So what did you think? What were some of your favorites from what I showed? Again, thanks for watching. Bye for now.